Welcome back to the Throga channel. My name is Richard, and this is
Johnny.
It is, well, where's our names?
Yeah.
No, wait, there.
There
Look,
we are.
our names, they're
You worked so
there.
hard to make those. I'm so pretty.
I'm trying to stay on top of the technology with all these quick little like fly in, fly out buttons, but I don't have it mastered yet.
I gave up trying to keep up with it a long time ago.
If I could give you the keyboard to trigger these, I would be thoroughly amused.
That's
and
my
I mean that in
version.
the most heartwarming way.
That's my version of you trying to pronounce names. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So today we have a special guest. This is our contest number 4 winner. Her name is Jean. We're going to bring her on in a second. The contest was the trumpet question. It was, what was the instrument Johnny once played and has since given to his niece? The answer was trumpet. And we had...
I still play mouth trumpet very well.
Let's hear some.
What's that song? Do you know that song?
Is that a... Hold on. It was a TV show.
Was it a TV show?
Wasn't it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I bet our guest knows.
Yes, she might.
She might know. So we're going to ask her. And
Okay.
Anybody watching, you probably already know. I like how you went full on serious mode too. You're like, no, this trumpet needs to be this needs to be on.
I needed the full room resonance
That's
to make
right,
sure
that's
that
right.
the tone was just right.
So our guest won, and she chose an artist and a song that we have not heard. Well, the song I know of. The song is Schubert's Ave Maria. I have heard that before. And this is by a band. It's an a cappella group, which we welcome on this channel at all times, called, I just had it, King's Return. Are you familiar with them at all?
No.
Okay, awesome. So this will be a... You know what? We should react to it because we haven't heard it before. I feel like that would be a good formula for this channel, at least for this video.
Should we film it too? Our reaction to
Yeah,
this song?
that's a good idea. Hold on. In the meantime,
I hear laughter.
I hear laughter. We're bringing her in. Hello, Jean.
Hey, Jean.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for suffering through our intro in the background.
No suffering involved, I assure you.
Excellent.
Is it even dumber live being with us at the, or is it that it is on YouTube?
This is so much fun. I can't even tell you.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm glad you're here. So, first up, congratulations on having to do your homework to find the answer to the contest question. Some of them could be a little tedious, so congrats on getting that. And
your reward is, now you have to answer that other question. What was that song that I just played?
I don't recognize it. I'm sorry.
It's,
no.
What
is it?
Actually, it's not Chuck Mangione, who's from Rochester, actually.
Yeah, well, so I know Chuck's from Rochester. What's the name of the song? I'm sure it was I thought it was a TV intro.
I mean, it might be. It's his most popular song. Continue chatting. I'll look it up.
Look up this. No, I am too now.
Who can find it first?
Hey, Gene, entertain our viewers while we do some research.
Yes.
I'm here on the West Coast, and we've been having atmospheric rivers. So the song that I've been playing on repeat in my mind is "Cry Me a River."
Oh no.
Yeah, we have a break today. I can actually see the Golden Gate Bridge from my front window.
Oh well, that's nice.
Yes, the song is called "Feel So Good" by Chuck Mangione.
Now look up to see if that was a part of a theme show song or something for the TV shows.
Okay, Gene, who's right, me or Richard? I think it's not. He thinks it's this.
I'm going with Johnny.
Okay. Good choice.
I am too.
He's the one who knows the song.
Exactly.
That's true. Actually, yeah, right.
So TV series intro, nothing?
Oh,
Daytime drama or something?
okay. On Reddit, there are quite a few people who think the song "Feels So Good" by Chuck Mangione was used as a theme song for an '80s sitcom, but apparently it was not.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking Mandela effect here. I'm thinking it did exist, and our timeline has been reset, and so that's why the information is
I'm thinking
misleading.
that me and Gene won.
Yeah. We'll let our viewers decide. Back to business.
Oh yeah.
Gene, you selected a new artist from us. It is my understanding you are ARMY, so I know you were tempted to go BTS, right?
Correct. I am ARMY.
Oh, what is the pin?
Wearing my, wherever I can get it. Yes. So this was designed by Kim Tae-young, V of BTS. And getting it was quite the challenge, but fortunately they reissued it and I was able to get it the second time around. It sold out the first time in less than 1 minute.
Of course it did.
Of course it did. Of course it did. I mean,
that's amazing.
I couldn't even connect to South Korea that fast.
And what's the shirt, Gary Conservatory? That is
Gary Conservatory. I picked this for you, Johnny, because the clue or the answer to this contest was trumpet, and you played trumpet. Gary Conservatory is merchandise from this shirt is merch from The Music Man, whose over-the-top big show-stopping number has a marching band, and that song has the lyric, trumpeters who improvise a full octave higher than the score, trumpeter. And third, in the movie version, the leading lady was Shirley Jones.
Nice connection.
That
very thoughtful.
So I had to wear it.
Very thoughtful. You clearly watch our channel, so that is awesome. Thank you very much.
and she, of course, probably knows I'm a huge Beatles nut, and that was their version of "Till There Was You." Was the first version of that song that I heard.
See, I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yeah. You know that song, right? There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. Yeah.
I didn't realize. So that was your introduction to the musical then, through the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So let's bring up the video.
Yes.
And check them out.
My turn? Okay. And before we do...
It's your turn to talk.
Oh, yes. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. And are you ready, Gene? Ring that bell. Or tuning fork if you have one.
Tuning fork. Ooh, I didn't hear it. Can you hit it again? There it is.
I felt that.
What?
I felt it.
What note is that? That's really high to pick out.
Do it again. It's like in the middle of a B and C.
Your tuning fork is out of tune. That's not okay.
Do it again.
It's been kicking around the house.
Okay. I'd probably say a C. It's probably a C.
That makes sense. All right, and also be sure to check out the description below where you can go to, hold on, I have another cutaway here, buymeacoffee.com/Throga, where you can buy us a coffee. Also check out the membership levels where you can get some extra perks, and check out Throga.com where you can get a free vocal assessment to learn more about your voice, your strengths and weaknesses, and of course, how to improve. I kicked into like sales mode. And be sure to check out that it feels like a commercial. I don't like that feeling, but I do hope you check it out because it's a pretty cool thing. All right, here we go. Ave Maria.
That's not how the song goes.
It's how it goes. It's how it goes in my head.
No. I'd rather keep going and just we can. If it's a train wreck, we'll know.
I love how casual this is.
Yeah. Holy,
This sounds like it's in a cathedral.
yeah.
I mean, obviously the hallway acoustics is what's creating like that reverberation, but the timing and just like the actual tempo of the song in this setting, like you close your eyes and you are transported, you are teleported to a
Yeah.
massive cathedral. This sounds incredible.
Yeah, great choice, Gene. This is awesome. Holy crap.
Wow.
The arrangement is, and that's the best arrangement I've heard of that song. Holy moly.
Yeah, I'm going to back it up.
Like the interweaving melodies, just, it's
Yeah,
so good.
I don't know like where the next one is going to jump in, like that interweaving melody. Of course, I don't know. I don't know who they are or whose voice is even whose at this point, but it's the blend. Obviously, I mean, these guys, did you say they were Grammy nominated?
They're Grammy nominated for a cover of a pop song. They do a R&B, jazz, pop, gospel, and
Okay.
these classics. They're classically trained singers. I can tell you who they are and what their voices are if you want.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, do
so,
it.
sir, on the left?
Clockwise from lower left, that's Gabe, he's bass. Then Jamal, he is baritone. Going to the right is Vaughn, who, by the way, grew up in upstate New York and played trumpet in high school. Vaughn
yeah.
is tenor one. Vaughn
Nice.
is tenor one, and EJ on the lower right is tenor two.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And now as they go, I might be able to distinguish which layer is whose, because there's just no way of telling with that tight of a blend
Yeah.
what was happening.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Ooh.
When they paused, it sounded like somebody hit pause. It was so precise with multiple voices to stop, like in a millisecond of each other. In the consonants, like where the S's and the V's are, to be
Yeah.
in sync. Because there's
They're
no
so locked in.
rhythmic, there's no, obviously it's a cappella, right? So there's not a metronome, there's no other sense of grounded timing.
Yeah, it's pretty free flow. Yeah, it's free form kind of. So it's like they're just in tune with each other. I mean, obviously the guy on the left, I forget his name, but he's sort of conducting a little bit to keep everybody in time. But it's it's like they're hitting those moments just so precisely.
Yeah, the onset of the notes themselves is crazy too. It's not startled. It has like this round attack, and they're all just right in sync with each other. I don't care how good the four of them individually are. To do what they're doing requires countless hours collectively in order to execute that type of like just intuition, reading each other's minds, so to speak. And even though there's some visual cue, it's so precise.
Oh, top guy's doing the highs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Suspense.
Wow.
That was a little different than the Catholic Church version
Well, I was
that
gonna
I
say-
was exposed to when I was a child.
I play that so many times. This is the arrangement.
The
Is
arrangement.
genius.
It is.
Like nothing short of genius. I think it's because I mean they're changing chords, but not. I mean they're keeping the main integrity of the original song, but it's like
You
they're doing
recognize
stuff
it immediately. Yeah.
all over the place. They're doing their own like chord structures to it, which I think just take it to just a whole nother place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a powerful song to begin with, and to make it even somehow more powerful that's no small feat.
Well, that's what I was feeling too, because for me, there's a nostalgia with the song, going back to, is it still getting over that cold, Johnny?
Oh, almost out of me.
Just going back to St. Vincent's, right? Is that's how our parents? I think it was St. Vincent's in Churchville is how our parents knew each other. That's how I knew you when you were born. You have an older sister that the same age as me. So knew each other forever. I remember this song. I looked forward to it when they started it because like I knew the lyrics had just a pretty melody. But I always felt by the last stanza, it was like, okay, we're done. It was just like, because it was felt so copy paste kind of thing. Just even as a kid, it was like, oh, I like the song, but I got bored of the song. I can put this on loop and like learn something new every time.
I mean, this would take, I like to think that I have a pretty good ear. This would take me a little while to unpack everything that's happening. It's
like a waterfall of notes a couple times, just like really clever. I don't know if I can find that section again. It was so interesting. They do all their own arrangements, Gene, I presume, or do you know?
I don't know. It says in the description on that video who the arranger is, but
Let me
I
see
don't
if I
know.
can see that.
I don't know who they work with. They do all their own harmonization, though.
Yeah,
they sure do.
Missed it there. Yeah, well, yeah.
My
Obviously,
goodness.
their execution is surreal. I love this. When they start putting in that. cinematic feel. What creates it? Is it just like a sus4? Is there a seventh or ninth in there? Like what's giving it like that suspense feeling there?
I don't know. No, play it back. Let me see if I can figure it out. There's a lot of they're just
It's
the way
crunchy. Yeah.
and the way they're modulating within the key. Yeah, it's just crunchy. There's a lot of like minor seconds, so like half steps.
Hold on.
So like,
let me
so
give you
out
the
of
screen real
context.
quick. I'm curious.
Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but
Maybe a little bit.
not really. So a half step or a minor second. So it's notes right next to each other. So out of context, it sounds jarring.
Here.
But when you
I
put
can do it this way, Johnny. It makes more sense.
okay, so do like a D and an E flat maybe
What?
right next to each other. A D and an E flat.
Oh, E flat, yeah. So this note and this note together.
Yep. So, but then you add a G on top. What else you get? Yep. And then you can probably add like an F below.
My fingers won't do that.
Right below
This
the
one,
G.
like right next to each other?
Yeah.
Or down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when you add those together, they create, and you couldn't just stay there. You have to resolve it. That's part of,
Right.
the
Otherwise, it just feels. That's what.
tension
like I said,
and release.
Yeah, that suspense that was built. It's like, and it's like we're going somewhere, and then I don't know where it would land after that.
Yeah.
They went to a major F. Well, that's
I'd have to hear it again.
sus
yeah,
2 or something like that.
there's
No, I
just so
want
much
to know
going on.
exactly what they did every part of the song, Johnny.
Here, I'm going to work on notating it right now, so you guys discuss amongst yourselves.
No, but it is interesting. When the notes are close together, you're on the verge of it being wrong outside of the key or perfectly,
Yeah.
special or whatever. And that's what gives it such an interesting feel. They do that many times throughout.
Yeah. It's just cascading lines, just flowing in and
Yeah.
out. It's just
Here, let me close this off again. Love it. Just grounds it there.
So, Gene, when did you discover this?
A few months ago, I think because I was watching so much a cappella, voice play and pentatonics, and your reactions with Pentadad and what have you, YouTube's algorithm popped up some new to me groups,
Right.
and I love this piece of music, music, beautifully executed. Who could ask for anything more, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go see them. They're performing live here in Modesto, California at the Gallo
nice.
Center for the Arts in a couple of
Awesome.
weeks, and I have tickets. So I'm looking forward to that, to seeing what they do on stage. They have said in interviews that they don't usually perform this kind of their stairwell music on stage because it doesn't have the same reverberation as it has in a stairwell.
Right.
But they have so many medleys of different, like when it was announced that Usher was going to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime, they did a whole medley of Usher and Usher adjacent songs just to honor him.
That's cool.
Yeah, they are
They
very
just
cool.
put those things together is amazing.
They are
Yeah.
very cool.
Do you know
it's
how
my
these guys
under-
met? Do you know how they met and formed their group?
Yes. So Gabe, the bass, who was in the lower quarter, who was conducting,
Yeah.
Gabe
that's
wanted to have an ensemble as part of his senior recital at whatever college he went to in 2016. Two of the guys from that foursome ended up dropping out, but then in 2020, somewhere between 2016 and 2020, they added Jamal and then Vaughn came in 2020, and that's when they
Okay.
started really doing seriously trying to get this music going. So far as I know, they still all have day jobs, but they are touring.
It's tough.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know Gabe said in a 2022 interview that he was doing voiceover work. And EJ, whose church the stairwell belongs to, teaches voice lessons and what have you. So
It's hard to get
yeah,
off the
so
ground, but they have something special for sure.
Oh my
they
goodness, they
really
sure do.
they really do. They really do. And they just I love the different genre. I like that they're not limited to one genre of
Yeah,
music. This is a little different perhaps for your channel, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't. I think it's right up our alley. This is a
it
perfect
really
choice.
is. I mean, we
Yeah.
like the diversity in music anyway. I mean, we appreciate all music, but you know what's interesting? You said a moment ago about not typically doing like what they do in a stairwell on stage. I know Schubert, and there's another who was another composer that primarily worked with pipe organ. I can't remember which one, but there's a tempo. There's a range of tempo they very specifically use that would be in sync with the natural delay in a typical cathedral. So it's designed for that type of reverberation because you have to allow the delay and the reverb to complement the pace of the song. So it doesn't always translate when you go on stage in certain settings. So makes sense.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what's
I
really
think.
cool about them? So, go ahead, Gene.
Oh, I think Notre Dame has a 3-second delay from front to back.
Yeah, and so you plan it accordingly.
Yeah. I was gonna say what's so cool about them to me is how they just sort of mix a little bit like a little bit of jazz, a little bit of gospel flair with, but also keeping this very traditional choral sound. It's that's so cool.
It's a hard balance.
It's like choral with the swag. You know, it's like they just got this like
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
a new
It's
genre.
really cool.
Choral
Choral
swag.
swag.
I like it.
I like how at the beginning you can hear their intake of breath before they start singing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all part of the experience. So, well, that was awesome. Thank you for introducing them to us,
Yeah,
Gene.
I love
Perfect
Well,
that.
thank you for
selection.
having me, and may
Of
I say thank you
course.
for all the hours of enjoyment that I have watching your channel and the new artists that you've introduced me to, you and your other Thronely fans. So thank
Oh,
you
thank
so
you very
much.
much. Well,
It's really our pleasure.
we're happy you're part of the family. That's
Yes, we
awesome.
are. Yeah, you're
So
great.
if anybody out there is interested in potentially winning a experience like this where you get a recorded song of your choice for us to react to, be sure to check out the link below to throga.com/react, and we will announce our next contest sometime soon. It'll probably be trumpetless.
Oh, so last chance I get to go.
And as Johnny takes us out, thank you everybody for joining, and we will see you next time. Thank you again, Gene. Bye.